The search for extraterrestrial life has been a source of wonder and extrapolation for many centuries, from media and science fiction to hard science. However, scientists may not need to look to deep space at other galaxies for the search for life, when here in our very own solar system there could be the perfect breeding ground on Jupiter's moon Europa. Europa is fairly large, with a radius of 1,560 kilometers and a gravity a little over a tenth of that on Earth. It's also extremely cold, especially on the surface, where it never rises above negative 160 degrees Celsius. Europa has a unique atmosphere since it orbits within Jupiter's magnetosphere. However, it lacks the gravity to hold on to the particles from Jupiter's magnetosphere. One of the most exciting things about Europa is its subsurface ocean, and scientists believe that it exists for several reasons. One of these reasons is that when the Galileo spacecraft flew by Europa, its magnetometer detected an induced magnetic field. This would suggest that there is a conductive surface, like a salty liquid, less than 30 kilometers below the surface of Europa. Furthermore, there are multi-ring impact structures, suggesting that space matter is punching straight through the ice instead of impacting on the surface of it. Europa has an elliptical orbit, so it is stretched and compressed with every revolution, creating tides and tidal heating. The flexing of the ice from the tides creates enough heat for a subsurface liquid ocean, but not enough to melt the whole planet, leaving a frozen shell behind. The Galileo mission also found evidence that the saline ocean is in contact with a rocky sea floor. The cycling of material from the ocean to the surface could create the chemical energy needed to sustain simple life forms. Thermal vents that could exist between the frozen ocean would also create the heat energy needed for small life forms to evolve. Some scientists predict that once the sun transitions into a red giant, it will provide the next step for life on Europa. The sun could be up to 1,000 times the size it is now, and engulf planets within 1.2 AUs, providing the extra heat needed to melt the entirety of Europa or provide more light for any photosynthesizing life forms. From Galileo's 9 flybys of Europa, scientists were able to learn lots of new information about it. However, on September 21, 2003, the mission was ended when the spacecraft was deliberately flown into the crushing atmosphere of Jupiter. The mission was ended to protect its most important discovery, Europa's subsurface ocean. Europa has been a source of wonder for many centuries and will continue to be a source of wonder for many centuries more. For the scientists who study it, for the science fiction fans who read about it, and for the young students who are inspired by it. Thank you.